The cops shot Sonia Massey in her eye, and it went out her neck. Oh, y'all still think cops need training? Cops don't need training. Nah, because listen, there are good cops, there are bad cops, there are good people, there are bad people. But the cops that want to be bad are bad. Listen, you're not going to sit down and give them ethics training or whatever you think you're. They want to be what they are. If you go down to the courthouse during the summer, you're going to see that most police officers have sleeves. They have tattoos going all the way up their arm. We know that these tattoos mean something. They're not there just for, we know that they're gang affiliate. We know it. This is already been discovered when they were talking about the cops in LA. They're gang members. So when you see this and, see some of these soldiers, who can't register the difference between, Americans, then the people over there who they're fighting against, they come over there, they're like, everybody's an enemy. Training has nothing to do with it. Training has nothing to do with it. You shot that woman for throwing a pot of water. You said a pot of hot water? You told her to go over there and turn the water off. You told her to turn the water off. And then you start stepping back as if she was gonna attack you. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm stepping back so you don't throw the water on me. Right there and then, you escalated the situation. These cops don't need training. Training's not gonna stop this. The only thing that's gonna stop this is life sentences and, putting them through what you just put somebody else through. Putting them in the chair. When they see one of their own get the chair for something like this, then it'll stop. It'll stop then. But when you give 3 years like you did Laquan McDonald, or, when Brown was shot, all you did was fire him, and then he put up a GoFundMe and got $250,000. You know what happened after he got that $250,000? Another cop in another city faked a shooting. He faked a whole shooting. He took his squad car and he riddled the squad car with bullets. And he got on the radio and said he was being attacked probably by black people. And this attack, all these cops show up. And when they showed up, there was no black men. There's nobody else there. And once they did their due diligence, which only took a few minutes to tell, these are from your service pistol. There's no other bullets here. There's no other anything here. There's no other tire marks. There's no other cars. There's no nothing. You did it to yourself. You know why? Because he wanted the same thing that Brown's killer got. He wanted the same thing. He wanted the same sympathy. He wanted to go on GoFundMe and get all this money. So now we have this onslaught of police officers who are crashing out, and just so they can get sympathy from, the people who will give them $250,000 so they can go and live, Laquan McDonald's killer got 3 years. Botham's killer got supposedly 10 years, but she's not going to do it. Amber Geiger, she's not going to do 10 years. The dude in Louisiana, his killers, they got off. And they said that they were going to kill him before they got to the scene. Why? Because he had a gun. He had a registered weapon. a registered weapon. He was standing outside of a store selling his CD. He was promoting his music. And they shot him point blank in the chest while they were standing over him. You know what happened after that case in Louisiana? Somebody saw it. It was a soldier who saw that the judge let those guys get off. Just let them walk away like it was nothing. He came to that same area where those officers did that. He loaded up his weapon and he took out 3 officers, 2 white and 1 black. He took them out and he wrote what is that? A statement or whatever. He wrote a manifesto. He wrote a manifesto and telling them why he did it. He did it because those officers got away with killing that Louisiana man. And he died with his arms out, laying on his back, saying nothing, and they shot him point blank range. And they knew they were going to kill him. Listen, when they showed up at Massey's house, they already knew what they were going to do. They were just looking for any excuse to do it. There's no training. They knew what they were going to do. She called the police because there was somebody prowling outside her house. As soon as she got into the house, she was met with aggression. She already knew what it was. She already knew. That's why she was like, why are you guys acting like that? They were like, we don't want you to throw hot water on. And then she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And they said, what? And he said, and she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. He said, you better not, or I'm going to shoot you in the effing face. This is the same thing that happened with those other people. They rolled up on them. They knew that they were going to shoot them. They already know when they're going to kill you. There's no training here. Listen, there are good cops out there, but there are bad cops who always will outshine the good cops. Why? Because those are the ones we hear about. And because you have cops like that, you got more people who will hit the accelerator whenever the cops try to stop them. They'll be like, I'd rather run. I'd rather run if I can. I'd rather either get out this car and escape you or run, because once you start asking me questions, I can't get away. Then you call your friends and I could have done absolutely nothing and still end up dead. And if you think I'm exaggerating, look at the case where that guy was changing his tire. He was a drummer, young guy, 26. He was changing his tire. The police came up, said something to him. A couple words were exchanged. He shot that dude dead and then got on his little walkie-talkie or whatever and said, I got one. That's what he said. I got one. What the cops say here? What the cops do here? That guy was like 46 years old, and I don't know why the police were called on this dude. It was at nighttime, but he was in a garage, and he came out. He wasn't, committing a crime. He came outside the garage. He had his phone up to show that there was a light, and when the cops saw the phone, he was drop it, bang, shot him dead. Or the 25-year-old, same city. 25-year-old, broad daylight, coming home from the grocery store, hands full of grocery, cop shot him in the back. Bang! It was the detective. He still hasn't gone to jail. Or the incident where, same city, the cops raided this dude's home, came in, the guy was sleeping, 21 years old or something like that. He had he was vaping, I guess, before he went to sleep. And when he got up to see what was going on, because they broke into his house, broke in his bedroom, they shot him within like 3 seconds. Bang. It was the wrong house. It was the wrong house. They had the wrong person. That happened twice. There's no more training. They're doing it on purpose. They mean to slaughter somebody. They're going to do it no matter what you sit down and tell them. If they want to kill somebody, they're going to kill them. Don't march because I'm not marching with you. Don't hate all cops because they're obviously not all bad. But the ones that do this stuff, punish them to the hilt. Do not have mercy on them. Because if it was the other way around and one of these persons had did this to a police officer, you will put them in jail for life and they will be tortured in jail. It's not easy living. They will never see the light of day. They will be in solitary confinement. They will turn everybody in jail against them. They will get their asses beat. Their relatives out here will get stalked. They'll probably get beat. They'll probably get killed. These cops are gang members. Treat them how you treat us. That's what we want the judicial system to do, but it's not going to happen because they're all in on it. But I'm going to tell you something. You cannot, and I say this over and over again, you cannot spill innocent blood and get away with it. You will be judged. You will be. And you're not going to like the results.